What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap show. I want to get into the best athletes of our generation, and there's so many of them. But I first want to obviously start off with LeBron James. And to me, watching LeBron since he came into the league back in 2003, to me, it was just one of those things where it's like, he's going to be a superstar. He's going to be a game changer in what LeBron does. To me, I would list LeBron as the most iconic sports figure that we've ever seen of our generation. Obviously, past generations like, MJ, Larry Bird, those type of people, obviously, yeah, they're iconic, but to me, LeBron is our generation talent. To me, I feel like LeBron is at the top of the pinnacle when it comes to who knows LeBron. Everybody, I feel like, across the world knows who LeBron James is. I believe he's the most famous athlete, and I also believe he's the most influential athlete. He's for the youth. He's looking out for people. He wants to help the youth, especially the kids in the inner cities. That's why I think LeBron really separates himself from other athletes. But to me, I know a lot of people say with LeBron, yes, we understand his finals record is 3-6, which isn't that good. I'll admit it. Which is not that good, obviously. But to me, what LeBron's doing with LA, I do believe he'll win. I've always predicted this year he needs to win this year in LA 2020, and I do believe it'll happen. I do believe LeBron will win this year. But to me, how many can he win in LA is the real question. But overall, I think if LeBron wins about 5 or 6 rings, I think he'll go down as one of the best. Obviously, he won't be as good as Jordan. We understand that. I mean, who's going to be better than Jordan? Who's going to beat the 6-0 in the NBA Finals? I mean, be straight up honest with me. Not too many. Obviously, I don't think anybody. Yeah, we have Bill Russell 111, but that was back in the 60s. Where no one was really big that could really guard him. So they didn't even have a 3-point line then. So to me, it was just like, wow, I cannot believe that. But to me, like I said, with LeBron, I know that's his weak spot right there is his finals record. But overall, I would have to put LeBron up at the top. I just have to, dude. To me, he's just iconic. He's an influence. He likes the youth. He wants to support the youth. So to me, I like where he's going with that. To me, other iconic, I'll get back to LeBron, and like I said, I do think he's going to win this year. Other iconic sports figures, obviously Tiger Woods. To me, Tiger is definitely at the top of the pinnacle as well. To me, Tiger has 15 major championships. To me, he's 3 behind the most in Jack. To me, I feel like with Tiger, he is the GOAT to me. He's the greatest golfer of all time. What Tiger has done in the golf game, to me, I feel like no one will ever equivalent in our lifetime. While us humans are existing right now, in the next 30 to 60 years from now, we're not going to see another Tiger Woods. Same thing with LeBron. Also Serena Williams. I believe Serena Williams is the best female athlete ever to live. The best female athlete. Yes, Serena Williams. She has 23 Grand Slam titles. To me, that's insane to me. Serena, her win rate is 85%, bro. 85%. Serena's on another level. And to me, that just goes to show you her greatness. Same thing with Tiger Woods. We saw last year, Tiger Woods won the Masters. He's been in a long drought, but so many people were saying Tiger's done. He's off the grid. Really? Tiger just won last year, dude, and Tiger's in his late 30s. So to me, when I hear people say, look, Tiger's done, I laugh at that. We've seen it with so many athletes. We just count them out. Yes, another influential athlete, I'll even name her Ronda Rousey. Exactly. Ronda Rousey was definitely an influence in the UFC. No doubt. She changed I feel like she changed the female athletes to fight more. 100%. She made the sport better, and that's what I like about Ronda Rousey. Obviously, Ronda Rousey's not the greatest UFC fighter, not the greatest female, but the way she did it, to influence the game in a better way, I like Ronda Rousey. Would I put her at the top of the pinnacle of female athletes? No. I would not put her in front of Serena Williams. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, but I definitely have to put Ronda Rousey out there just the way she did it. She changed it. She influenced other female athletes to want to fight. People were like, I want to fight. Female athletes were like, I want to do that. You know, to me, it was amazing what Ronda Rousey did to the sport. Obviously, she's not the greatest female athlete ever. But to me, she did it great. But back to Serena Williams, to me, and I stand on this. Serena Williams is the greatest female athlete ever to live. To me, when you have an 85% win rate, you cannot compete with that. You can't. You cannot compete with the 85% win rate. 23 Grand Slams. To me, hats off to Serena Williams. We know where she comes from, and I believe it was in California. She come from the hood. To me, she made it. She made it. She's living the American dream. Other athletes like John Jones. I want to get into John Jones. And a lot of people are saying, look, he didn't win the fight. To me, come on. John Jones, to me, is the greatest UFC fighter we've ever seen. And here's why. No one can really compete with John Jones. And yes, I know this recent fight we saw, he definitely had some really questionable plays, what he did, questionable moves that I've never really seen John Jones do. I didn't really see the hunger in him in this recent fight. But overall, John Jones, what he's done to the UFC, no other fighter has done. And I know a lot of people bring in Conor McGregor. I feel it. You know, Conor McGregor, he's another athlete, kind of like a Ronda Rousey, even bigger than a Ronda Rousey, to change the sport for the better. The UFC is better when they have those type of athletes like Ronda Rousey, like Conor McGregor. They changed it. And to me, Conor McGregor is definitely the box office star in the UFC, no doubt. I would say him and obviously John Jones. But to me, John Jones is more of a household name. You know, I feel like in 50 years from now, who are they going to remember more, Conor McGregor or John Jones? I would say John Jones overall. I mean, John Jones, dude, he's 25-1 in the UFC. His only loss was because he threw an illegal elbow. To me, he should, in reality, be undefeated in the UFC. You know, how many fighters do we know that's fought that many times be undefeated like that? No one, not even McGregor. We've seen what McGregor does. To me, I love McGregor. I love what he brings to the table. But to me, I think this is where McGregor needs to go in his career right now. You know, obviously financially, he's done. He doesn't even need to fight in the UFC anymore, dude. He made like over $100 million against Floyd Money Mayweather. So to me, it's just like, I feel like he's still hungry. You know, when you come from nothing and make over $100 million, to me, it's just like, dude, you don't need to fight anymore. Why risk it? You know, why risk it for the biscuit is what they say. So to me, it was just like, wow, dude, I cannot believe that. But to me, hats off to McGregor. And to me, I think McGregor, this is what he needs to do. He needs to go this summer and fight Nate Diaz for the round 3 trilogy. I want to see that. I feel like this can potentially be the biggest UFC fight we've ever seen in box office history. They would sell out. I feel like the most pay-per-views if he fights Nate Diaz this summer. I feel like that's the fight he needs to take. And to me, Nate Diaz is no pushover. We saw what he did in the first fight, choked him out. To me, he was definitely an underdog. Nate Diaz was a huge underdog. And to me, he upset McGregor, made him tap out. To me, it was just like, wow, bro. I did not see that one coming at all. And I don't think anybody did. But to me, that's where he needs to go. And then if he handles his business against Nate Diaz, he needs to fight you guys know his name. I don't even, the Russian dude, I don't even want to talk about it right now because I was really upset he lost to him last year. He really got embarrassed. Maybe it was back in 2018, late 2018, Mozgov, whatever. To me, it just, I want to see him get redemption with him. But back to John Jones. And like I said, we've never seen a fighter like John Jones ever in the UFC history. To me, he's making more history, and I feel like John Jones, when it's all said and done, we will look back and say, look, John Jones is the best UFC fighter we've ever saw in the UFC. And then also another iconic sports figure, Floyd Money Mayweather, 50-0. Love him or hate him, he's never lost a fight. You know, in his whole career, in Floyd Money Mayweather's whole career, he's never hit the ground. He's never hit the ground. Yes, he's been rocked on occasions. Against Shane Mosley, we saw that's the only really where he was dazed. He kind of went dangled. His knees went limp. But overall, Floyd Money Mayweather has never hit the ground, bro. Ever. To me, that has to be GOAT status. At least I think Floyd Money Mayweather is the top 3 boxer we have ever seen, and his record speaks for it. 50-0. He's never lost. And the only problem I have with Floyd Money Mayweather is he should have fought Manny Pacquiao back in 2009, 2010. That time frame. I feel like if they both would have fought at that time, I feel like it would have been a way better fight. And I feel like so many people feel me on that too. It just would have been a better fight because Pacquiao was really in his prime at that point. Now, I would say Pacquiao was in his prime back in 2003 to like 2011. That's when Manny Pacquiao became Manny Pacquiao, the knockout artist that we have seen. So to me, I feel like Floyd Money Mayweather should have fought him then. But, hats off to Floyd Money Mayweather. He's 50-0, bro. I mean, 50-0. Never lost. To me, I feel like he has to be a top 3. And, I'd put him in the top 3 with Muhammad Ali, then obviously Iron Mike Tyson. And to me, Mike Tyson, in my opinion, is the greatest boxer we have ever seen. Nobody wanted any part of Mike Tyson. Nobody. I mean, seriously, people were scared of Mike Tyson. And the thing is with Mike Tyson, before he would actually fight, he'd already mentally defeat the opponents. The opponents, he sensed fear in the opponents. That's how Mike Tyson won some of his fights, because they were scared of Mike. Mike was, essentially, Mike was a pit bull off the leash. And when a pit bull gets a hold of you, they got lockjaw and they don't let go. And I know some people say pit bulls don't have lockjaw. Well, they had the strongest jaw out of any dog. So to me, I feel like, look, Mike Tyson is the best we've ever seen, ever. And obviously other iconic sports figures, to me, really sad news. And I feel like everybody in the whole world felt it when Kobe passed. And to me, I kind of even get like teary when I talk about it, but to me it was just like, wow, bro, I never saw it coming. And I don't think really anybody, even the biggest Kobe Bryant fans out there, they didn't see this coming. And to me, I feel like, life throws curveballs all the time. And to me, it's just like, tomorrow's not promised. And to me, with what Kobe did to the game of basketball, and obviously in life in general, it'll never be forgotten. And Kobe, his legacy will be forever remembered. I'm talking 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, even 1,000 years from now, they will remember Kobe Bryant. They will. What he brought to the game of basketball, it's iconic. It's something that we will never forget in our lifetime. Ever. Ever. And to me, when Kobe came into the league, he was number 8, and then he switched to 24. To me, I was actually same number in high school, 24. So to me, it was just like, bro, I love Kobe. When the first time I ever got jerseys was a Kobe Bryant jersey and an Allen Iverson jersey. This was back in 05, 06. This was after an AAU tournament. I was actually with my homeboy Alex, and his mom took us out to the jersey store to get all types of jerseys, and that's what jerseys I got. I got Kobe and Allen Iverson jersey. I remember that like it was yesterday, and it was a retro. It was a blue retro throwbacks from the LA. It was number 8 when Kobe was number 8, which I believe Kobe was the best when he was number 8. But to me, it just caught me off guard. And I know there's a lot of things that go around. And ultimately, I'll get more into the Illuminati stuff like that on a later episode. But to me, it's really sad and disappointing. But it just goes with life. Everything in life that we experience, we just don't know when our time's up. Every human out there that's existing right now, that's breathing air, we just don't know when our last breath is going to be. And to me, when Kobe died like that, bro, from a helicopter, to me, it was just like, dude, I kind of cringed. And when I first heard it, I was like, dude, it can't be true. This cannot be true. No way, if, ands, or buts, that this can be true. And to me, it was just like, wow, bro, I was really sad about it, and I honestly cried about it. To me, Kobe, I love Kobe and what he did for the game. And like I said, it'll never be forgotten. But to me, with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers, what they need to do is they need to win championships. To me, I want to see, before LeBron retires and hangs him up, I want to see them win about 2 or 3 championships. I mean, let's do a three-peat. The last time the Lakers did a three-peat was with Kobe and Shaq and Rick Fox and those boys. That's when the last time the Lakers three-peat. So to me, I want to see that. To me, I feel like they had the talent to do it. And a lot of people are saying the LA Clippers. To me, it's just like, dude, the LA Clippers have a lot of talent, no doubt. But it's like Kawhi and Paul George, they're similar players, and I just don't think they match together, when it's all said and done. And we'll see that later on in the playoffs. To me, I just don't think that combo is good. We saw what Paul George and Russell Westbrook did. What did they do? So much talent, but yet they cannot win the big games. So to me, I feel like the Clippers definitely have to prove to me something. But overall, I want to see the Lakers win it, and I want to see it not just because of Kobe's legacy. I want to see it for LeBron as well. To me, LeBron always has a lot of pressure on him. LeBron's been to 9 final appearances. He's 3-6 in the finals. He's been to 9. And honestly, the best finals I've ever seen LeBron play was actually when he lost in the finals. This was back in 2015 against Golden State. And to me, LeBron went off. And essentially, all LeBron really had, this is when Kyrie got hurt, when Kevin Love got hurt. He had Matthew Dellavedova, and they won 2 games against Golden State. This was back in 2015. This was the best finals I've ever seen LeBron play. And they lost, obviously, but LeBron took over every game. And LeBron single-handedly almost won the NBA Finals back in 2015 just by himself, dude. I mean, obviously, you can't win by yourself in the NBA and in basketball, especially in that sport. You can't. Yeah, now I have seen, LeBron's greatest game, I do believe, was back in 2007 against the Pistons. And to me, that's the definition of taking over a game. LeBron was locked in, and I believe this was an overtime game in Detroit, a playoff game. And they actually won this game, and LeBron took over. Every possession LeBron had the ball, he scored. It was an automatic bucket. And that's what I want to see with LeBron here with LA in the playoffs. I want to see an automatic bucket. I want to see that hunger. I want to see him go into Boston like he did back in 2012, Game 6, down 3-2 when he was with the Heat. But in the previous year before that, we saw what he did in the 2011 finals. Yes, he tweaked. He averaged like 18 points a game in that finals. To me, it was just like, I cringed. I cried that year when they lost to the Mavericks. They should have never lost to the Mavericks that year. If we're comparing Mavericks to the Heat that year, the talent was definitely far on the Heat side. But it goes to show you, no matter what sport it is, not always the best team wins. And to me, we saw what LeBron did. LeBron was tested. He came up short that year. And then the next year, and like I said, back in 2012, he came back. They were down 3-2 in the series, went into Boston, scored 45 points, took over. Took over. Once that LeBron came out in Game 6 against Boston, the nemesis where he could never beat Boston, to me, when they won that game, I said, wow, LeBron's definitely going to win this year and many more with the Heat. And when LeBron went to Heat, I was against it. I hated that. I hated him for it for a while. But then when he went back to Cleveland and won in 2016, it was just the icing on the cake. And LeBron always promised the Cleveland Cavaliers that he would win a championship, that he would bring an NBA title to the city, and he did it. He showed us. He proved to us. He gave us that hope. He gave the Cleveland Cavaliers that hope. So to me, it was awesome. I love that. To me, and when LeBron won in 2016, it was just like, I'm so glad, But prior to that, when he went to the Heat back in 2010, 2011, they were burning his jerseys. The Cleveland fans were burning his jerseys, bro. He went from the loved one to the villain in one night. In one night. When LeBron said, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat, that's when they started burning his jerseys. And I thought it was ignorant. At the time, I was like, LeBron is never coming back to Cleveland after that. If I'm LeBron and I'm seeing people burning my jerseys in my hometown, in my home state, it's just like, really? It just goes to show you with our society, even to the day, it still exists. People will love you one second, then hate you the next. Same thing with LeBron. It's crazy to me. Like, they just flipped the switch on him. But like I said, when he came back to 2016, that's when I was like, wow, I'm so glad LeBron came back. And then he went to LA. Some people didn't hate him as much when he went to LA because they got it. You know, the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers really wasn't on the same page with LeBron. Really wasn't bringing in good players for LeBron. Yeah, they got K-Love. Come on. To me, I feel like K-Love's one of the most overrated players in the NBA. We're talking about Kevin Love here, dude. Yes, he puts up good stats, but come on, seriously? He happened to be on the LeBron's team, the best player in the world, with Kyrie, one of the top point guards in the world to me. So it's just like, dude, obviously Kevin Love's going to get his rebounds. Obviously Kevin Love's going to get his points because LeBron's going to kick it out to the open man and Kevin Love's going to hit, obviously. But to me, it's just like I'd much rather have Draymond Green any day of the week than Kevin Love. I'll pick Draymond Green over Kevin Love any day. And I know a lot of people compare the two because they always played against in the finals, but I love Draymond. And to me, Draymond is the type of player that can play in the 80s and 90s. You know, Draymond plays with the heart. He brings it every game, every night. That's why I love Draymond. But to me, and this goes back to show you LeBron, how iconic he is. He's a sports figure. To me, I think overall, what LeBron needs to do to set his legacy is win about 3 NBA titles in LA. That's what he needs to do. And to me, a lot of people are like, well, is that possible? It is possible. And let me tell you why. Anthony Davis. To me, Anthony Davis obviously is not like a Shaq. He's more of a finesse player. So to me, he's still young. Anthony Davis still has a lot to improve. I feel like he has to get a better jump shot. He can still bang around more down low. So to me, I feel like he still has a lot to prove, but AD is their heart and soul in the future. I'm talking about in the future, but what LA needs, they need a gritty player. They need a player like Patrick Beverley. They need a player like someone to bang around down low. They need someone to maybe get the dirty buckets. Kind of like a Matthew Dellavedova. Get the dirty buckets. Hustle. Dive on the floors. Who's going to get the loose ball? That type of player. That's what I feel like LA's missing right now. They need a nitty-gritty player. And I believe Lance Stevenson is not playing on the Lakers. I know he's with the Lakers a couple years ago. I don't know where Lance is playing right now, but I kind of wish Lance Stevenson was still on the Lakers right now. I feel like they could use a piece like Lance. Lance Stevenson was a prime example of, I'm going to hustle. I'm going to get a bucket. And, if we need a bucket, we're down 8, with 3 minutes to go, I'm going to hit this jumper, or I'm going to create something in the lane, get a foul, put it back up. That's what I kind of like about Lance. And to me, I don't even know where Lance is playing right now, but to me, I feel like that's where they need to go in LA. If you're the Lakers, that's where they need to go. And I've been hearing sources maybe get Derrick Rose. Shout out to Derrick Rose, one of my favorite players ever. And I kind of had this debate, who's better, Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook? Obviously, Westbrook's better now, but I would say Derrick Rose, in his prime, Derrick Rose was definitely better than Westbrook. And I think it comes down to the decision making. Derrick Rose was a better decision maker. Obviously, athletic ability, they're both the same. And I believe that's essentially how D Rose got hurt. He was too athletic for his body. Derrick Rose was about 6'2", maybe 190 at most. And he's up there jumping like he's LeBron, dude. He's up there just, oh my gosh, his explosiveness was just out of the world, dude. It was God-given athletic ability, which eventually caught up with them. But I'd love to see the Lakers maybe go in that direction. Get a D Rose. Get someone that's been proven. Get somebody that can score when you need a bucket all the time, at any moment. Maybe add a three-point shooter as well, because LeBron's always had a kind of a three-point shooter. As we look at back in the 2013 NBA Finals, Ray Allen kind of bailed LeBron out in a way. Yes, LeBron hit a 3, which put him back. Actually, LeBron hit the 3 to get him down by 2. And then Chris Bosh actually rebounded the ball and then passed it out to Ray Allen to eventually tie the game. They were actually down by 3, not 2. But to me, you get where I'm going. So Ray Allen kind of bailed him out there. And what a lot of people don't remember in the 2013 NBA Finals is that Kawhi missed a 1-on-1 free throw. Same thing with Manu Ginobili. I believe Manu Ginobili hit one and then missed one. And I think the same thing with Kawhi. Hit one and missed a free throw. If Kawhi and Manu hit both of their free throws, they're the NBA champions back in 2013 and 2014. We're talking the Spurs are back-to-back champions if they just hit their free throws. Manu and Kawhi. Yes, Kawhi. We're talking the MVP Kawhi. Yes. A lot of people forget about that. And they always give an excuse for Kawhi and say, well, he was so young then. It's like, really, dude? I mean, dude, you're playing for the Spurs. We have Tim Duncan, a Hall of Famer, Tony Parker, a Hall of Famer, Manu Ginobili, a Hall of Famer. I just don't see the excuses. Same thing with Manu. If Manu hits both of his free throws, they win that game. They win game 6 right there, and that's it. But Ray Allen bailed LeBron out in a way, hit that 3 to put him in overtime, and then the Heat won. Once they won that game in Game 6, I kind of knew they were going to win in Game 7. I just had that feeling. It was just like, dude, they're going to win. They are. And to me, and like I said, overall, with the most iconic athletes, I definitely had to put LeBron at the top. Just because how LeBron did it, back in 2003, being on Sports Illustrated with all the hype. I definitely 100% believe LeBron James definitely lived up to the hype. Yeah, seriously. He has 3 rings right now. I definitely think he could still win some with LA. His career's not over yet. LeBron's still in his prime. I hear a lot of people say, LeBron's slowing down. Is he? Is LeBron really slowing down? He's still dunking on people. Obviously LeBron's not as explosive as he was back when in 04, 05, but still, LeBron can still dunk on people with ease, dude. I feel like LeBron just, kind of goes the way he wants to go. If he wants to go to the bucket and dunk on somebody, he will. He will. So to me, I love LeBron and where he's going, and I think overall, with the most iconic athletes, LeBron's up there at number 1 right now. And then obviously the best female athlete, as I said, Serena Williams ever. What we've seen for Serena, then Tiger, Floyd, those type of athletes of our generation are the most iconic. And then hats off to John Jones. And what the UFC is doing right now is crazy. And I think McGregor's still in it. He's still hungry. I want to see more with that. But overall, we put LeBron at the top right now, baby. You guys already know what it is, baby. It's the Clown with Cap show. Let's go!